The Daily Word. Unlock your English fluency. Introduction. Do you want to speak English as easily as your own language? Sometimes it's hard to find the right words. Your ideas might not come out clearly. This happens to many people learning English. Maybe you feel shy to speak in meetings, or writing an email feels like hard work. You might wonder if there's an easier way. Being able to speak and write English well is possible. But sometimes, the way to get there feels confusing. It can seem like there are too many grammar rules and word lists. What if there was a way to get better at English writing that felt easy, didn't cause stress, and worked really well? What if the secret to speaking English smoothly wasn't in difficult studies, but in something much simpler? This book is about one strong, simple idea: the daily writing habit. It doesn't mean writing a perfect story or a hard essay every day. Instead, it's about the steady, gentle practice of putting your thoughts into English words often. Think of it like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger and more natural it gets. This simple, steady practice is your special tool to become fluent, make your thoughts clear, and learn new words naturally. Other ways can feel scary and take a lot of time. But the daily writing habit is made to be easy for everyone, fun, and something you can keep doing. When you write every day, you don't just make sentences. You build fluency. You'll start to find the right words faster. Your sentences will connect better. Your thoughts will flow onto the page with less effort. It's about making English feel natural. Writing also helps make your thoughts clear. When you write down your ideas, you will naturally put them in order. You will see where you need to understand more. You will say things more clearly. This helps you understand your own thinking better. This is very important for talking well. And there is also learning new words. When you write often, you will see new words, or you will want to look them up to say what you mean better. Using these words in your own sentences is the best way to remember them. It turns words you know but don't use into words you use often. Most importantly, this way has no stress. Your notebook is your private place. There is no need to be perfect. No one will give you grades. No one will judge you. It is a safe place where you can try things, make mistakes, and learn without being afraid. This calm way makes it easy to keep the habit and enjoy it. In the next parts, we will learn how to start and keep your daily writing habit. We will give you helpful ideas, fun things to write about, and the support you need to make this helpful practice part of your life. Get ready to find a simpler, more fun way to become fluent in English. Let's start this exciting trip together. In this book, you will find a friendly and helpful tone. The words will always be clear and easy to understand. We are here to help you at every step. 1. Writing in English. When you first want to get better at English, it's easy to think of many things you could do. You might imagine reading big books, hearing quick talks, or learning long lists of words. These are good things. They are like looking at a pretty garden. But to truly grow your English, you need to get your hands busy. You need to do more than just look. You need to put seeds in the ground, give them water, and help them grow. And the best way to do this, the most direct way to really feel English inside you, is by writing. In English, think about it. When you read, the words are already there, made and shown to you. When you listen, sounds come to your ears and you try to understand them. Both are great ways to learn. They fill your mind with English. But writing is different. Writing is when you make the English happen. It's not just about understanding the language. It's about using it. It's about taking all those words and ideas in your head and giving them shape, using English as your tool. This act of putting words on paper or on a screen is what makes writing so strong for learning. It's an active thing to do. It's like a music player practicing an instrument. They don't just listen to music, they play it. They make the sounds themselves. When you write in English, you are actively playing the English language. You reach into your mind, take out the words you know, and put them together in sentences. This makes you think about how you want to say something. It makes you pick the right word, put it in the right place, and join it with other words to make a full thought. This is where real skill in speaking and writing starts to grow. It's not just knowing a lot of English, it's being able to use what you know easily and naturally. This is why writing is so important. It's the doing part of learning. Imagine you want to be a great cook. You can read all the recipe books, watch cooking shows, and smell the food others have made. But until you actually pick up a knife, cut vegetables, and mix ingredients yourself, you won't truly become a cook. You'll just know about cooking. Writing is the same for English. It's the active work that builds what we can call language muscle memory. The more you write, the more your brain gets used to how English works. The more you make sentences, the more those sentence shapes become familiar and easy to use. What feels hard and slow at first, looking for the right word, figuring out how to start a sentence, becomes easier and faster with practice. It starts to feel less like hard work and more like a natural way to share your thoughts. This active way of working also helps connect your thoughts and your words. We all have thoughts, ideas, and feelings inside us. Sometimes, these thoughts are clear. Other times, they are mixed up like puzzle pieces. Writing in English is the perfect way to sort those puzzle pieces. When you try to write down your thoughts, you have to put them in order. You have to think, what is the main idea? How can I explain this step by step? What comes next? This act of putting your thoughts in order on paper makes your thinking clearer. And because your thinking becomes clearer, your English expression also becomes clearer. You're not just writing words. You're organizing your mind and then showing that organized mind to others through English. It's a strong way to understand yourself better too, as you see your own ideas take shape in a new language. And what about words? We often talk about learning new words, but just learning a word from a list is like having a tool in a box that you never use. You know it's there, but you don't know how it works or what it's for. Writing puts those words to work. When you're writing and you think, I need a word to show how happy I am, you can look for it, find it, and then use it in your sentence. For example, instead of just saying I am happy, you might find the word delighted. Then you can write, I was delighted to hear the good news. Suddenly that word isn't just a word on a page, it's a tool you have used. You've seen how it fits in a sentence, how it adds a specific feeling or meaning. This makes new words much easier to remember and use. They become part of your English, not just words you've seen somewhere. You learn to use them naturally in your own writing and later, your speaking. Maybe one of the best things about writing in English, especially when you are learning, is that it can be a safe place. Unlike a test or a formal talk, where every word is judged, writing for yourself, like in a diary, is a safe space. You don't have to worry about making mistakes. You can try a new word, a different sentence shape, or even a phrase that isn't quite right. If it doesn't sound good, you can easily change it. No one is watching you, no one to say, that's wrong. This freedom from judgment is very important. It lets you try things and learn without fear. It makes the whole process feel less like work and more like exploring. You are exploring what English can do, finding out what you can do with it, and building your confidence with every word you write. So, what is the main difference between just taking in English and actively making it through writing? When you read or listen, you are receiving. You are taking in information. When you write, you are creating. You are making language. Reading and listening help you understand what English can be. Writing helps you make English what you want it to be. It makes you actively find and combine the parts of the language, the words, the rules, the sentence shapes that you have learned. This finding and combining takes more effort from your brain than just seeing a word or a phrase. It's this active work, this act of creating, that builds the pathways in your brain for speaking and writing smoothly. And how does the act of physically making sentences and paragraphs in English help your future writing and speaking become smoother and more natural? Each sentence you write is a small practice for your brain. When you write, "The cat sat on the mat," you are making the subject-verb-object order stronger, which is common in English. When you try to write something more complex, like, "Although it was raining, we decided to go for a walk in the park," you are practicing using connecting words and understanding how to join ideas. The more you do this, the more these patterns become automatic. Your brain learns to build sentences faster and better. This means that when you are speaking, or when you need to write something quickly, your brain can use these practiced patterns without you having to think about every single step. It's like learning to ride a bike. At first, you have to think about every move. But with practice, your body just knows what to do. Writing in English builds that kind of automatic skill for language. It makes the flow of words feel more natural because you've practiced that flow so many times. It's not just knowing the rules, it's having the experience of using them again and again in a way that feels good and easy. By now, it's clear that writing in English is more than just schoolwork. It's your direct path to speaking and writing well. It's the engine that moves you forward, changing what you know into what you can do. It's the place where your thoughts find their voice, where new words become yours, and where the fear of mistakes disappears, replaced by the joy of creating. But how do you make this powerful practice a regular part of your life, turning it from a task into a habit? The answer is to embrace the daily writing habit. 2. Keeping a journal. Imagine you have a secret garden, a place that is just for you. In this garden, you can try new flowers, paint with bright colors, or just sit and breathe. No one else needs to see it, and no one will tell you if a petal is not in the right place or if your colors do not match perfectly. This secret garden is like your journal. It is your own space to practice writing in English, and it is the most important part of building your daily writing habit. The daily writing habit means writing something in English every single day. It is not about making a perfect piece of writing. It is about the simple, steady act of putting words on paper or on a screen. Think of it like taking a short walk every day. You do not need to run a long race. A little walk each day makes your legs stronger over time. Your writing muscles work the same way. Your journal is your quiet place to practice. It is a place where you can be yourself, try new things, and grow without any pressure. The most important thing is to show up and write. It is about the process, not just the final result. So, why is this personal secret garden of a journal so good for learning English? Well, when you write in a journal, you do not worry about making a teacher or a boss happy. You are not trying to win a prize. You are simply writing for yourself. This freedom is very important. It means you can make mistakes. You can try a new word you learned, even if you are not sure how to use it perfectly. You can build a sentence in a way that feels a little strange, just to see if it works. This is like playing. When children learn to talk, they make mistakes. They say words many times. They try new sounds. They are not afraid. Your journal gives you that same kind of safe space to play with English. You can try different ways to say things. You can try new sentence shapes. You can write about your day, your dreams, your worries, or anything at all. The main thing is that it is your space. No one is watching you, there are no grades, and no one is judging you. This easy-to-use space is a secret help for building confidence and speaking smoothly. You can relax and let the words come out, knowing that every effort you make is a step forward. The most important rule for your journal is very simple. Just write something. Do not wait for the perfect idea. Do not worry about having a lot to say. Even if it is just one sentence or a few short phrases, write it down. The power comes from doing it every day. Writing for just 5 minutes every day helps your speaking much more than writing for an hour once a week. Think about it. If you want to learn to swim, going into the pool for a short time every day will help you get used to the water and improve your swimming much faster than one long swim session every month. Your brain needs regular practice to get better at using English. It needs to build those connections to make forming sentences feel natural. When you write every day, you are teaching your brain to think in English. You are teaching it to find the right words and put them together smoothly. This daily practice makes writing feel less like hard work and more like a normal part of your day. It is the habit itself that helps you reach your full ability. Each day you write, you are making the link stronger between your thoughts and the English words that show them. It is like gently but surely building a bridge between your ideas and your ability to share them. This daily habit of writing is the direct way to speak English more smoothly. Speaking smoothly is not just about knowing many words. It is about being able to use those words easily and quickly. When you write in your journal every day, you are always practicing finding words from your memory and putting them into sentences. This regular practice makes it faster and easier for you to find your words when you need them. It is like jogging your memory, but for language. Over time, you will find that you do not have to stop for as long to find the right word. Sentences will start to form more smoothly, and you will feel more comfortable saying what you mean. The act of writing down your thoughts, even simple ones, helps you to learn English grammar and sentence shapes without thinking too hard. You will start to use them more naturally without needing to think about the rules. This is the magic of regular practice. It changes the effort of writing from a struggle into a smooth flow. You are basically teaching your brain to use English more automatically. It happens slowly, but doing it every day is what makes it very effective. You are building a strong base, word by word, sentence by sentence, day by day. Besides speaking smoothly, your journal becomes a powerful tool for organizing your thoughts. Sometimes, we have ideas in our heads that are a little mixed up. They move around, unclear and hard to hold onto. The act of writing them down makes you give them shape. You have to decide which word best fits what you mean. You have to choose how to connect one idea to the next. This process of choosing and arranging helps you to see your own thoughts more clearly. As you write about your day, your feelings or your plans, you are not just practicing English, you are also practicing clear thinking. You will find that when you write something down, it becomes more real, more clear. This clearness of thought leads directly to clearer writing. You will be able to say what you mean more exactly, and people who read it, even if it is just you, will understand you better. This is a wonderful extra benefit of the daily writing habit. It is not just about making your English better, it is about making your ability to think and share ideas better in any language. The shape you create on the page helps to shape the thoughts in your mind. Your journal is also a natural and easy way to learn more words. When you see a new word, whether you read it, hear it, or learn it from a lesson, the best way to make it yours is to use it. Your journal is the perfect place for this. You can write about something that happened today and try to use that new word. For example, if you learn the word fascinating, you could write, "Today, I watched a show about old Egypt. It was very fascinating." Even if you only use the word once, you have taken a step to make it a word you use. Often, you are not just remembering what a word means, you are using the word in a real situation. Over time, as you continue to write regularly, you will naturally start to use more and more of the words you have learned. Your journal becomes a living record of how your words are growing. You can even go back and read your writings, spotting the new words you have used and seeing how far you have come. This personal connection to words makes them much easier to remember and use. It is a much more enjoyable and effective way to learn new words than just making lists. Let's think about the special good things about a private journal for people learning English. When you write for others to read, there is always a voice in the back of your mind, the one that worries about what others will think. Is this sentence right? Will they understand this word? Does this sound strange? This fear can stop you from writing freely. It makes you play it safe, using only words and sentence shapes you already know very well. But with a private journal, that voice can be quieted. It is just you. You can be brave. You can be funny. You can be not perfect. This freedom lets you truly explore the language. You can try more complex sentences without worrying about making a mistake. You can use more descriptive words, even if they seem a little fancy for your current level. The journal becomes a safe place to try things with language. You can test ideas like, what happens if I use this small word here? Or how does this describing word change the meaning? You are not performing, you are trying. This kind of exploration is very important for going beyond simple talking and developing a richer, more detailed command of English. The privacy means that your mistakes are chances to learn, not moments of possible embarrassment. They are steps forward, not things that stop you. Now let's think about how doing it every day, even for just a few minutes, helps your speaking more than writing for a long time only sometimes. Imagine trying to build a strong muscle. Would you lift weights for an hour once a month or do a few exercises for 10 minutes every day? The daily practice is what builds steady strength and the ability to keep going. The same is true for your English writing. When you write a little bit every day, you are constantly making the pathways in your brain stronger that are used for language. Your brain gets into a rhythm. It expects the daily task of forming sentences. This regular habit makes the process of writing more automatic. You do not have to warm up as much each time. The words and sentence shapes are easier to find. In contrast, writing for a long time only once a week means you have to start again with English each time. You might forget some of the words or sentence shapes you used before. The progress you made is lost. The daily writing habit creates a constant flow of practice. It keeps your English skills fresh and easy to use. It is like keeping a small fire burning all the time, rather than trying to start a big fire from scratch each week. That constant, gentle heat is what truly warms and strengthens your language skills. Your journal is more than just a notebook. It is your personal English friend. It is a place where you can grow at your own speed, in your own way. It is where the magic of regular practice truly starts to happen. Now that we understand the main role of a journal in building our daily writing habit, the next very important step is to explore what exactly we can write about. We will move from the why and what of journaling to the exciting area of how to fill those pages, making sure our practice stays interesting and works well. 3. Daily writing habit. Imagine you are learning to play a guitar. You could play for many hours one day a week, maybe on a Saturday. You might learn a few guitar chords. But would you get good at playing quickly? Most likely not. Your fingers would still feel a bit awkward. Moving from one chord to another would be slow and hard. Now, what if you picked up that guitar for just 15 minutes every single day? You would play those same chords, but your fingers would start to move more easily. You would begin to feel the music's beat. The sounds would become clearer. This is just like how your English writing works. The idea we are talking about is called the daily writing habit. It is the easy, strong way of writing something, anything, in English every single day. This is not about writing a perfect book or a hard essay. It is about the steady, gentle practice of putting words down on paper or on your screen, day after day. Think of it as giving your brain a small exercise in English. It is a low-pressure place to train your language skills. Why is this daily part so important? Because doing things regularly is the most important thing when learning. It is much better to write for just 15-20 minutes each day than to try writing for 2 hours once a week. When you write every day, you build a kind of muscle memory for language. Your brain gets used to making sentences. It gets used to finding the right words. It gets used to putting your ideas together in English. It becomes more automatic, more natural. Just like a musician's fingers get used to their instrument, your mind gets used to showing its thoughts in English. The work feels less hard, and the results feel better. Let's talk about the time needed. How much time is needed for a daily writing habit to really start working its magic? You might be surprised. It does not need to be a long time at all. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can make a big difference. It is about showing up, not about how long you write. It is the act of writing itself, happening often, that matters. This short, focused time makes it feel less like a job and more like a quick, fun part of your day. It is about making writing a habit, like brushing your teeth or having your morning coffee. It fits into your life without feeling too hard. This daily practice also creates a special kind of space. It is a safe place for you to play with English. In a classroom, or when writing for work, there is often pressure to be perfect. You worry about mistakes in grammar or using the wrong words. But in your daily writing, it is just you. You can try out new words you have learned. You can try different ways of making sentences. You can write about your dreams, your worries, or what you ate for lunch. There is no teacher judging you, no boss watching you. This freedom to try things without fear is very important. It lets you really explore the language and find out what works for you. You can make mistakes, learn from them, and try again tomorrow. It is a place where learning happens easily, without the stress of being judged. One of the most powerful, and maybe surprising, good things about daily writing is how it helps you sort out your own thoughts. Have you ever had an idea in your head, but when you try to explain it, it comes out mixed up? Writing makes you slow down and untangle those thoughts. When you have to put an idea into clear, written English, you have to understand it yourself first. You have to decide which words best explain your feeling, which order makes the most sense for your explanation. This process of changing your inner thoughts into outer words is like untying knots in your mind. The more you do it, the clearer your thinking becomes. And clearer thinking leads directly to clearer writing. You start to see links between ideas that you did not see before. This is how your thoughts become more organized and how your writing shows that new clearness. So, how does this daily part help organize thoughts more than writing just once in a while? Think about it like this. When you write every day, you are always practicing how to organize. It is like tidying your room. If you tidy a little bit every day, it stays neat. If you leave it for a month, it becomes a huge, messy problem. In the same way, when you write daily, you are always using your ability to put things in order. You are building a mental habit of creating order. Each day, you are making the paths in your brain that connect ideas in a logical way stronger. This constant practice makes the act of organizing your thoughts for writing feel less like a hard job and more like a natural flow. It is like your brain is getting into a rhythm of thinking clearly and showing its thoughts well, one day at a time. The total effect of this habit is truly amazing. You might not see big changes after a week or even a month. But keep going. Those small improvements you make each day, a new word you use, a sentence that sounds a little smoother, an idea that you explain a bit more clearly, they all add up. Over time, these small steps build a strong base for real fluency. It is like saving money. A few dollars here and there might not seem like much, but over years, it can grow into a lot. Your writing skills work in the same way. Each day's practice is a small deposit into your Fluency bank account. Later, you will look back and be amazed at how far you have come, how much easier writing feels, and how many more words you know. Of course, life happens. There will be days when you feel tired, or busy, or just not inspired. These are the real difficulties of keeping a daily writing habit. You might think, I have nothing to write about today, or I am too tired to even think. But remember, the goal is to do it regularly, not to be perfect. If you are really struggling, just write one sentence. Or write about how you are feeling tired and uninspired. That is still writing. You can make a simple note of what you did that day, or even just describe the room you are in. The main thing is to keep the habit going. Do not let one missed day turn into 2 or 3. If you miss a day, do not be hard on yourself. Just pick up your pen or keyboard the next day and start again. The idea of the process is more important than the result is so important here. It is about the act of writing, not about making a masterpiece every single time. This gentle sticking with it is what makes the habit last and finally leads to fluency. So we have seen how the daily writing habit is not about big actions, but about small, regular efforts. It is about building a natural link between your thoughts and your words. It is about creating a safe place for learning. And it is about letting small improvements add up over time. It is an easy, strong way to unlock your English writing fluency. This makes the process feel less like work and more like a natural part of your day. Once we understand how important making writing a daily ritual is, the next important step is to look at what we can actually write about. This leads us to the exciting world of finding ideas and subjects that will keep our daily writing new, interesting, and always helpful. 4. Practicing regularly for improvement. Learning to write well in English can feel like climbing a very tall mountain. You look up and it seems so far away, so hard. Maybe you tried before, using big grammar books or trying to write perfect sentences, and it felt like a chore. You might have even felt a little scared, worried about making mistakes. I remember feeling that way myself. There were days I'd stare at a blank page, my mind full of thoughts in my own language, but when I tried to put them into English, they just wouldn't come out right. It was frustrating. It felt like my brain was a locked box, and I didn't have the right key to open it and let my English words flow. I thought maybe I just wasn't good at languages, or maybe I didn't have enough talent. But then I found something simple. It wasn't a magic trick or a secret code. It was something I could do every single day without a lot of pressure. It was the idea of just writing, even if it was just a few sentences. This became my daily writing habit, and slowly, like a tiny seed growing into a strong tree, my English started to change. It became smoother, clearer, and more sure of itself. This simple act, this regular practice, was the key I had been looking for. It wasn't about being perfect, it was about showing up, day after day. This is what we'll explore now. How this regular practice, this daily writing habit, is your most powerful tool for unlocking your English fluency. It's like building a strong muscle. When you go to the gym and lift weights, your muscles get stronger with each session. You don't become strong after just one day, right? It's the steady effort, the doing it over and over, that makes the difference. Writing in English is exactly the same. The muscle memory of writing. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. At first, it's wobbly and scary. You might fall a few times. You have to think about every little movement, pedaling, balancing, steering. But the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Your body just knows what to do. You don't even have to think about it anymore. Your brain and body have built a kind of muscle memory for cycling. Writing in English is very similar. When you start writing regularly, even just a few sentences each day, you are building that same kind of muscle memory for your English skills. Your brain starts to remember how to form sentences, how to put words together in a way that makes sense. It's like your fingers and your mind are getting used to the rhythm of English. When you write every day, you are giving your brain a chance to practice putting thoughts into English words. At first, it might feel slow. You might pause a lot searching for the right word. You might write a sentence and then rewrite it several times to make it sound better. This is all part of building that muscle memory. Each sentence you write, each word you choose, is like a small workout for your English brain. Over time, you'll notice something amazing. The pauses will get shorter. You'll find the words you need more easily. Your sentences will start to flow more smoothly, almost without you having to force them. This is the muscle memory working. It means that writing in English is becoming more automatic, more natural. It feels less like hard work and more like a natural way to express yourself. It's this steady, daily repetition that helps you move from struggling to express yourself to expressing yourself easily. This is the heart of the daily writing habit, making the act of writing feel easy and natural, bridging the gap between thinking and writing. Have you ever had a great idea, a really clear thought, but when you tried to write it down in English, it just fell apart? It's like you have a beautiful, colorful picture in your mind, but when you try to draw it with English words, all you get is a blurry, messy sketch. This is a common problem for many English learners. We can think in English, or we can think in our first language and then try to translate. But getting those thoughts out clearly in written English can be a challenge. This is where the daily writing habit truly shines. It acts as a bridge. It helps you connect what's in your head with the words on the page. When you write every day, you are constantly practicing this translation process. You are giving your brain a safe space to try out different ways of saying things. Imagine you want to talk about how happy you feel. In your mind, you might have a strong feeling of joy, maybe like sunshine bursting inside you. How do you write that in English? You might start with I am happy. That's good, but it's simple. If you write every day, you'll start to think, how can I say this better? How can I show how happy I am? You might try, I feel very happy today. A big smile is on my face. I feel like I could fly. Today feels like a perfect, sunny day inside me. See how each sentence builds on the last. Each one is a small step in bridging that gap between the feeling and the words. The daily writing habit gives you the chance to try out these different phrases and sentences. You can try out a new word or a new sentence structure, and if it doesn't quite work, it's okay. It's just for you. There's no teacher grading you, no boss looking over your shoulder. This freedom allows you to explore and find the best ways to express your thoughts and feelings in English. It's this constant, low-pressure practice that helps you get better at turning those inner thoughts into clear, written English. Unlocking vocabulary naturally. Many English learners try to learn new words by memorizing long lists. They might write down words and their meanings, and try to remember them. This can work, but it often feels like collecting things you can't use. It's like having a toolbox full of tools but not knowing how to build anything with them. The words are there, but they don't feel like your words. The daily writing habit changes this. When you write regularly, you naturally come across situations where you need a specific word. Maybe you want to describe a beautiful sunset, or explain why you're feeling tired, or talk about a funny thing that happened. You might find yourself thinking, what's the word for that feeling? Or how do I say this specific thing? This is the perfect moment to learn a new word. Instead of just seeing a word in a list, you are encountering it because you need it. This need makes you pay attention. You'll be more motivated to look up the word, understand its meaning, and then, most importantly, use it in your writing. For example, let's say you want to describe a very old, interesting building. You might start by writing, "The building is very old." But then you think, can I use a better word than old? You look it up and find ancient or historic. Now, instead of just knowing the definition, you can write, "We visited an ancient castle. The city has many historic buildings." By using these new words in your own sentences, you are making them part of your active vocabulary. They are no longer just words you recognize. They are words you can use. The daily writing habit creates these natural chances for vocabulary expansion. It turns learning words from a chore into an exciting discovery. Each time you find the perfect word for your writing, it's like finding a new, useful tool for your English toolbox. This is a much better way to build a rich and useful vocabulary than just memorizing lists. Building confidence through small wins. Fear is a big wall for many people learning English. Fear of making mistakes, fear of sounding silly, fear of not being understood. This fear can stop us from even trying to write. It's like standing at the edge of a pool, wanting to swim, but being too afraid to jump in. The daily writing habit helps you overcome this fear by building your confidence, one small step at a time. Each day that you sit down and write, even if it's just 3 sentences, you are achieving something. You are showing up. You are doing the practice. And each of these small acts is a victory. Think about it. When you finish writing for the day, you can say to yourself, "I did it. I wrote in English today." This is a success. It might seem small, but these small successes add up. They create a positive feeling. They show you that you can do it. As you continue this habit, you'll start to notice that the fear begins to shrink, because you are proving to yourself, day after day, that you can write. You are seeing your own progress. Maybe one day you write a sentence that you are particularly proud of. Or maybe you successfully explain a complex idea. These moments are like little sparks of confidence. This growing confidence is incredibly important. It makes you more willing to try new things with your English. You might start writing longer sentences, or using more interesting words, or even trying to write about more challenging topics. The more confident you feel, the less you worry about mistakes. You start to see mistakes not as failures, but as learning opportunities. The daily writing habit is a gentle, steady way to build this essential confidence, making the journey of learning English feel more enjoyable and less scary. The power of low-stakes practice. Let's talk about pressure. When you have a test, or you need to write an important email for work, there's a lot of pressure. You want everything to be perfect. This pressure can make your mind go blank, or make you write in a way that sounds stiff and unnatural. Because you're so worried about making a mistake. The daily writing habit is the opposite of high-stakes practice. It's low stakes. This means there's very little pressure. The main goal isn't to create a perfect piece of writing. The goal is simply to write, to put words on the page. This freedom from judgment is incredibly powerful for learning. Because there are no high stakes, you feel free to experiment. You can try using a new word you just learned, even if you're not 100% sure how to use it perfectly. You can try a sentence structure you saw in a book, just to see how it feels to write it yourself. You can write about anything that comes to your mind, your day, your dreams, a movie you watched, a funny thought. There's no right or wrong way to do it. This freedom allows you to take risks with your language. You can play with words and sentences. You can make mistakes, and that's okay. In fact, making mistakes is how we learn. When you write something that doesn't quite work, you can often see it yourself, or you can look it up later and understand why it was wrong. This is a much better way to learn than being afraid to try anything new. This low-stakes environment also makes the practice more enjoyable. It's not a test. It's a personal exploration. It's a chance to get to know your own thoughts and feelings better, and to express them in a new language. This enjoyment is key to making the habit stick. When something feels like fun, or at least not like a struggle, you're much more likely to keep doing it. The daily writing habit creates this perfect space for growth, a place where you can learn and improve without the heavy burden of pressure or fear. How does frequency impact speed? You might wonder, why daily? Couldn't I just write once a week? That's a great question. The answer lies in how our brains learn and how skills develop. Think about building that muscle again. If you lift weights once a month, you'll see some improvement, but it will be very slow. If you lift weights every day or almost every day. Conclusion: you have reached the end of the daily word. Do you remember when writing in English felt hard? Maybe it felt a little scary or confusing. We have learned together, and you have found a way to make this challenge not just easier, but also very good and even fun. You have found a secret for making your English writing shine. The most important thing we learned is the daily writing habit. Doing the simple thing every day is the best way to write English more easily and naturally. Think of it like building a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger your writing becomes. It's not about writing a perfect story every time. It's about putting your thoughts into English words, day after day. This habit also helps your mind think more clearly. As you write, you learn to put your ideas in order, say them so they make sense, and connect them. Well, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Every time you pick a word or make a sentence, you learn new words. The daily habit helps you remember these new words so you can use them when you need them. Most importantly, this habit is meant to be easy and without worry. It's your special time to try new English words and sentences without pressure or fear of making mistakes. It's true that some days the words won't come easily. You might feel like you are writing the same things. This is normal. These moments are not bad. They show you where you are getting better and where you might want to practice more. Every word you write, even the ones you don't think are perfect, helps you move forward. Be patient with yourself. Learning a language is a long trip, like running a long race, not a short one. Be happy about the small steps you take. Don't let one day that isn't perfect stop you. Remember, the goal is to keep going, not to be perfect right away. Your writing time is a safe place to practice. Now you have the way to become fluent in English. The ideas and simple ways we talked about are yours to use. The next step is up to you. Keep using the daily writing habit. Make it a part of your day, like brushing your teeth. You can write about anything you like. Your day, your dreams, your thoughts, or even something funny you saw. Try writing about different things and see where your words take you. Use your writing time to practice the new English words you learn. Imagine how much better your English will be in the days, months, and years ahead. Your ability to share your ideas clearly and with confidence will grow in ways that will surprise you. This is not just about writing better. It's about thinking more clearly, talking better, and understanding yourself and the world a little more. Your daily writing habit is your own special power for English. Take care of it, and it will help you reach your goals. I truly believe you can become a confident and fluent English writer. Thank you for learning with me. Now go and write. The most wonderful words are the ones you have not written yet.